I've been getting a lot of questions about the Guild of Professional Sharpeners, and I feel like I need to set the expectations for what the Guild is, just like I do with my sharpening business when a customer brings me their knives or tools to be sharpened. So in this video, I'm going to go over exactly what the Guild of Professional Sharpeners is and what you can expect if you decide to become a member. What's up, everybody? My name is Matt, and you might know me from the Thursday Night Grind or from the American Edge or anything else, or maybe you found me through a show I did with Nick Loper at the Side Hustle Show. Well, I built a sharpening business. I started almost 5 years ago now. And in the time since I've grown the business out and I've developed some level of success in that business, people have reached out to me and said, hey, I like that idea a lot. And they might start with a simple question like, what tools do you need? Or how did you get started? And what that ends up turning into is a long and deep conversation that has been a lot of fun and rewarding for me. But it also indicated to me that there was a lot of void in this space of how to start a sharpening business. So in May of 2020, and I'm recording this right now in September of 2020, but in May of 2020, I launched the Guild of Professional Sharpeners. And up to that point, there were a handful of people that I had worked with that had already gone through the process of starting a business. But the Guild is relatively new. It's a matter of a few months old at the moment, but we've had enough time to start to figure some things out. And it's at a place now where I feel like I'm prepared to tell you exactly what you can expect in this moment if you decide to become a member at the Guild. The thing I really want to start with is that the Guild is built on the Mighty Networks platform. And if you've never heard of the Mighty Networks, I realize that that doesn't mean anything to you. But what Mighty Networks has done is they've built a very cool platform that takes a lot of features from other places, particularly the positive ones, and they've combined it into one place. Those features include things like a forum, or what you might expect from a Facebook group, where users can ask questions or provide information or send a picture or even upload videos. That's a little different. I should be careful there. They don't have native video hosting on Mighty Networks, but it's not easy to get it's not hard to get a video up there. There's a quick way to do it. But anyway, there's that forum and that main feed, which is where there's a tremendous amount, at least in the Guild of Professional Sharpeners, there's a tremendous amount of information flow and support in that main feed. You might be familiar with something like this in a forum, the Facebook groups, the things that the Mighty Network offers that those other locations don't, is that I've purchased it. It's my platform. So there's no marketing. There's no laser beams or like flashy things. Like it's all sharpening. So and business, right? Everything around the sharpening of business. So when you open up your phone and decide to start scrolling, you're receiving all valuable content. And I think that's a huge thing that is way different than what you'd get on any of those other platforms. Another similarity that the Mighty Networks platform has to some other groups is there is the ability to connect directly with other members of the guilds, and that's via a chat mechanism. It would be similar. It would be like the Messenger from Facebook or something like that. But YouTube doesn't offer that. I can't reach out to another YouTuber. I think they used to have it, but I can't do it anymore. But anyway, with the Mighty Networks, if you can have a personalized conversation, or you can follow up on a sidebar with anything going on, and I think that's really valuable. Again, that is actually, I haven't mentioned this. The Mighty Networks is accessible through anything, any computer or mobile device, any operating system. It's very accessible. You can get to it anywhere, and I think that's a really awesome feature that they've built into the platform. The next feature, which is what I really think sets Mighty Networks apart from pretty much any other platform, is that you can build online digital courses right into the platform. And that's what I've done, and I'm going to tell you more about that, but I think that is so valuable. So you might be familiar with Teachable or Udemy or Khan Academy or LinkedIn Learning. There's a ton of them, right? But those are all really focused on the course, not the community. And with Mighty Networks, the community is the focus, but it provides courses. And then the same sort of feed that you can have that we're familiar with, like I mentioned, with like a Facebook group or a forum, you can have those same discussions inside the course. And that, I feel like that is so powerful. I feel like the guild is still young enough that we haven't totally capitalized on the opportunity that is in there. Most of the conversation is still going on in the main feed, but I think that that's huge. And the fact that the course is in there, and not only that, but there's no limit to courses, right? So over time, we can continue to build courses and make that available to members. But I feel like that is the course feature is huge within the community of the Mighty Network. The next feature that I want to talk about that Mighty Networks offers is events. And they just did a major upgrade to this. And I'm working on implementing this for the guild members. But it's the opportunity to bring members together. And in this case, Zoom is directly integrated with Mighty Networks now. So I know we're all a little zoomed out, but we've also discovered how much value there can be in working with each other via Zoom. And in this case, I understand that one downside of an online community, especially for a hands-on skill, is that it can be difficult to teach that hands-on skill in a virtual way. And I feel like the events is one way which we can come together and teach the skill, but also just talk about sharpening and see where we're at. And that the way I'm trying to incorporate that into the guild is, at least for now, a monthly meeting where guild members are invited, and I'll bring some topics to the game. But otherwise, it's just a discussion, and like we can all touch base on where we're at and help each other and grow from there. So I think the events feature is another one that is huge, and it is one that I'm working on capitalizing to the full extent inside the guild. The last feature that really stands out to me that is great with Mighty Networks is that we can build groups within the guild. And the way I see that down the road, it could be like a group of people that specialize in beauty shears, or a group of people that specialize in industrial things, saws and cutters and all that. So the guild is not at the size where we are capitalizing on that as opportunity, but the way I work is I'm always looking to the future, and I'm optimistic that the guild is going to grow. And as we grow and we branch out, we can move very specific conversations into groups that provide more in-depth knowledge to the people where it matters. And keep a more broad conversation in the feed. I don't know if that's the direction we'll go or not, but I'm just saying it's an opportunity, and it's something that I'm excited about with the Guild of Professional Sharpeners. When I was getting smart on the Mighty Networks, I took a course to learn how to be a host of a Mighty Network, and which coincidentally is offered by Mighty Networks in a Mighty Network, right? Like, it's brilliant. But one thing that really stuck out to me there is that people pay attention to what they pay for. So the Guild of Professional Sharpeners is not free. It's not a Facebook group where anybody can come, and it's not a forum that's open to anybody on the internet. And to some people, that is a discouragement because money is valuable. And I respect that, and I totally understand that. But what we get inside the guild is no trolls, and everybody who's there is paying to be there, which means they are trying to extract value. And in so doing, maybe you've learned this like I have, that the more you put into something, the more you get out of it. So the Guild of Professional Sharpeners is not a free platform. It's not free. You got to pay to be there, but you're going to be surrounded by people who are also paying to be there. And that is something that I'm really happy about, and it's proven to be outstanding. So, all that said, here's what here's what you're paying, and here's what you're paying for. Year one, the annual fee for year one is $500. And my vision there for you when you join on year one is that you dedicate yourself to the Foundations for Success course, which is already built in the Guild of Professional Sharpeners. So year one is really a membership fee, which I'm about to talk about, plus the fee to access that course. And by the end of year one, my goal for you is not only that you have recouped the entire sum of money that you've paid to join the guild, but you've also recouped the money that you've spent on tooling, so that by the end of year one, my vision for you is that you are broke even and you are at a profitable place. Going forward from there, the guild is $150 per year or $15 a month. And that gives you access to all the conversations, the community, any new content. I have some, but I'm working on building up more discounts to suppliers. So all of those things are, in my opinion, are going to be worth the $150 a year or $15 a month, which is the cost of sharpening about 2 knives once your business is going. And that's inspiration for me to continue to provide value to the guild, because if you're not extracting at least 2 knives worth of value from the guild, then I'm not doing my job. So that's the way I've settled on maintaining your membership in the guild and continuing to grow the community. The $150 a month for an annual membership to a community like this does not sound unreasonable. And I think when I hear other people, like whether you're joining any sort of club, that's not a crazy figure. It's still not nothing, right? So it's still something that we need to be delivering value on consistently to justify that, and that's the goal. So the next question is, where is that $350 of value in the course for the Foundations for Success course? And that's what I want to talk about next. So the Foundations for Success course inside the Guild of Professional Sharpeners is broken up into 7 sections. And the way these are set up on the platform, which again you can access from anything, is there's a presentation, a slide deck, and then me providing the equivalent of a lecture to that slide and sharing everything that I know about sharpening and business. So I'll talk briefly about what each section of those 7 sections is and why they're in there, because I think that that's valuable. The first section is understanding why, and this is something that is really important to me, and I feel like it's maybe not stressed enough, at least it wasn't to me coming up through my own life. But really understanding why we're taking action on something. And I have a few tools in there for you to gain clarity and to understand your true intent. And the reason, and I do ask that you share that information with me or with the guild, because when it gets hard and when you get discouraged, it's important for all of us to know what your true motivations are and why you are undertaking the hardships of starting a business and learning a new skill and all that goes into that. It's a lot of work. I hope that I never convey that it is not a lot of work to do this. It is, but it's very achievable, and I've set forward a framework that helps you get there. It's really important for us all, and primarily you, and then to share with us why you're trying to do this. The second session in the course is a discussion around niche. So sharpening, when you start learning more about it, you realize that it's really just a big umbrella. And one thing that I've really learned as I've grown my own sharpening business is how much opportunity there is out there. So what I try to understand early is, what niche of sharpening do you want to focus on? And I have a recommended niche that I think is a good one for people to get started in if they're starting from a place of nothing. But some people already have a foot in the door with one opportunity or another. So some of the other discussion down the line may not directly apply to whatever their situation is. So we want to make sure we understand exactly what market we are targeting when we get started. And I go through all that. After discussing the niche, the next thing is a discussion of tooling. And this is a very specific place in sharpening that is very challenging, because there is no shortage of abundance of tooling options, and they all come with different pluses and minuses, and everybody's situation is different. So not every tool is the best fit for everybody in that situation. So this is where I provide some guidance on tooling. And then what we also offer is personalized discussion around what tools might be best for you based on the space you live in, the money you have available, the niche you're trying to target. So all of that discussion is going on in the guild. The next session, after we understand the niche and we've figured out what tools we want, then, and this is where the course that I say is consumable over about a month's time, consuming one session or two sessions a week, and then gets implemented over the course of a year. So this, tooling up and establishing our space and all that, that takes time, and I'm aware of that. The next step is becoming the expert. And this is where you really begin to learn and practice sharpening. And I think there can be some concern about how hands-on the physical act of sharpening is when you're trying to learn it from a virtual community. And what I've done in this platform that is so great in my opinion is I invite you to please record yourself sharpening, take a video of it, and then share it with us, and we'll provide feedback. And the community is built, again, we're all paying to be there, so we all want to succeed and we all want to add value. So if you feel a little bit uncomfortable or shy about sharing your information, please know, like, we're not gonna, there's no trolls, man. There's no one gonna tell you, like, use words that make you uncomfortable. And like, we're all there to help. So I welcome you, and I invite you in that session of the course to take some video of you sharpening, share that with us, and allow us to provide feedback for you. And I think that will rapidly expedite the success of you learning your system and then figuring out how to deliver top quality professional results on whatever tooling or tools you're working on. The next step after we have got comfortable sharpening, and again, I call that becoming the expert. The next step, or the next session in my course, is a discussion of systems. And inside the business, both the sharpening itself, the customer interaction, the handling of money, all of that, I see all of those as systems, and I try to convey to you the same sort of way of thinking that I have, and we implement systems so that we have a smooth workflow, we maintain high quality customer relationships, we consistently deliver high quality results, and the framework is all around systems. So I go into a session discussing systems and how to implement that into your business. The next session is on marketing, and I have this saying that sharpening is the easy part, sales and marketing is the hard part. But we also have a tremendous amount of tools and experience in the guild now, and it's not just me. There's a lot of guys that are doing really good work, and we have learned a lot about marketing. And the thing that I see most is people start a business and then they don't make it, and I think that marketing is a big part of that. And I feel like this is such a valuable session of the course. And then inside the guild, all the conversations around marketing and the communal experience in marketing, sharpening as a service in your local area is going to be worth the cost of admission and so much more. So I'm really proud of the marketing session and the opportunity that the guild provides for you to quickly climb that marketing ladder. But it's still going to be hard. Like, it takes time. There is a lag to marketing. And please, again, I'm not doing the work for you. I'm providing the framework for you and the guidance for you to do the work. It's still going to be hard. So please don't come into the guild thinking that everything's going to be easy, right? It's not. It's still going to be hard work for you. I'm just saying we've built the framework, we have tools, we have ideas, they've been proven out, and we're perpetually trying new things as well. So I'm really happy about the marketing, and I think that is such a high value for the guild. The last session that I go into in the Foundations for Success course is business principles, and this is one that people ask a lot about. Like, the question that comes up a lot is, do I need a license, or do I need to be incorporated, or how to, and we go into that. Like, don't worry, like, I got you. We'll go into the business principles. We're going to keep you square. We'll handle what you need from the legal side and all that. It's still going to be work on your end. It might be some research for the individual locale for where you are, but the bottom line is we've provided a framework for understanding that. And then managing the workflow, paying taxes, all that stuff, we got you. So in summary, the Guild of Professional Sharpeners is relatively new, but it is also at the point where it is getting established and we are finding our groove. It's built on the Mighty Networks platform, which offers a host of awesome features, which includes my paying for it, so we're not distracted by a bunch of other stuff. We got a live feed like a forum. There's the chat. There's accessibility from any device, any place. There's the courses, events, and some more things. So it's on an awesome platform. The cost, I think, I hope I've conveyed it in a way where it is not free, but it also is also not unreasonable, where an annual membership fee of $150 for a community and all this content, plus a $350 first year fee for the course, the Foundations for Success course. And I also did not mention that I am in the process, this is not a promise, but I am in the process of building the Fundamentals for Sharpening course, which is going to be really the philosophy and the theory behind sharpening, which is going to help in any situation, because there's always questions and there's always unique situations. But there's the courses available in there, and then the pricing we talked about, and we also talked about specifically what is offered in the course. So I just want to close by saying that I feel like we're building something that is really, really awesome, and it is not free, and that's not lost on me, that by you putting up money for this, you need to get the value that you're equivalent to what you're putting up, and I feel like we are delivering that. It is something that the question, like, could you do it alone? Yeah, like I did, right? Like it took me 5 years to build my sharpening business to where it is right now. And I'm offering everything I know to you so that you can do it in less. But yeah, you can do it, right? Like, and if you might know me from YouTube and the Thursday Night Grind, I share a lot of information about sharpening, but I also hope that has shown you how much diversity there is in sharpening, and how it's really not just one thing. There's a lot of different ways and a lot of different things, and like that's where having the community helps, and both understanding sharpening, and then the other thing was the moving that into a business. Like learning to sharpen is one thing, doing it for hire is really a whole different animal, and having a community to help you along that. It has already been tremendously valuable for me just to learn from what everybody else is bringing to the community. So I just want to share that it's not just me, right? It's not just what I've built, it's what everybody's built. And the more people there, the more value there is. We all pay attention to what we pay for, and we all are there to deliver and to extract value. So I hope you found that helpful. I hope that sets the expectations. If you decide to become a member at the Guild of Professional Sharpeners, it's all at guildofsharpeners.org, and I genuinely look forward to seeing you in there. Thank you.